Hey, Scott Austin here with Jade Puma, and in this video I'm going to do a walkthrough of the store that we've just made for ZEISS Australia New Zealand. We previously made one for the Canadian office, so the Australian office liked what we had done and wanted similar functionality for them, and they service both Australia and New Zealand. So this store is supposed to be a interface not for end consumers, but for their B2B customers. So they'll B2B customers have to have an account with ZEISS and to be able to log into the store, and you'll see that functionality here. The ZEISS brand guidelines are followed here. They like this very black and white, very gray color motif to let their ZEISS brand, you can see the ZEISS logo up here, really pop. They also like lots of white space around their logo, which we've got going on. So we've done a pretty good job in mimicking or responding to their brand guidelines, which was nice to have a really nicely documented brand guidelines helps. So in this store, the customer, which is a B2B customer, has the option of ordering lenses for glasses and cleaning solutions. Now, if I click on the finished single vision, which is the lenses, I can see a collection page, and the collection page allows me to filter by coatings and materials. And if I'm going to click on one of the products to go to the product page, you'll see I now get a customer login. You must log in to see this page. So we've put the product page, and you'll also notice on the collection page there's no pricing. So to see pricing, you actually have to have an account and be logged in. So here I am on that customer login page, which is actually on the product page. We just put in the login text here. And then if I log in with my customer account, once I log in, I'll be able to see the product page and the pricing. And the pricing is discount level pricing based on the tier of the customer. So lenses are ordered with these two different parameters. One is called sphere and the other is called cylinder. And depending on what sphere you pick, notice if I scroll down to the bottom list and go to 7.5, for example, I have a lot less cylinder options. So depending on which sphere you set it at will bring up the right list of the cylinder options for that. And the customer can also put in their patient's name to help them remind when they get the order in who it was for. They add that to the cart. All of the checking will be done in Australian. All the orders will be processed in Australian dollars, and we let them know that shipping and tax will be reflected on their invoice. So we're not calculating tax and shipping in this checkout process. That happens in the invoicing because of the payment method you'll see here. So going to the checkout, I've got my address already stored in there. And the payment method here is monthly invoice. So the customers aren't putting in credit cards. They already have an account with ZEISS Australia, and they can do as many orders as they want. And then once a month, they'll get an invoice for all those orders, and then tax and shipping are applied at that time. A couple of other things we have in this store that are kind of fun is, the first one is Australian and New Zealand people are going to be coming to the store, so we also show the price in Australian dollars and New Zealand dollars. We're using the turbo theme here, and this is the built-in currency conversion in the turbo theme. This Shopify store, like most Shopify stores, only allows you to check out in one currency, so that's why we specify right here, regardless of what price they're showing it in, they'll be invoiced in Australian dollars. Back to the front end of the store, let's go back into a lens again, and we showed you how we can order a single lens, but there's all these combinations of spheres and cylinders, and some of these business customers may be wanting to order many, options at one time. So instead of going back and forth on this product page to cart and adding them one at a time, we allow this grid functionality. So here we have an accordion, which when we click on it for the bulk order form, brings up the grid with all the sphere and cylinder options. And notice we've got this nice scrolling effect that highlights what cell you're on as you're doing things. And what that allows the customer to do is just put in bulk however many they want quantity wise of each of the sphere and cylinder combinations that they're looking to order for. So they can do all sorts of fun stuff here. And then with one click of the add to cart button with a little graphic to say, hey, it's going to take us a second because you've queued up a whole bunch of line items. And then it takes us to the cart, and you can see here all the line items now are shown separately with each one of the quantities that they selected for it. And there's line item properties that tell them what the sphere and cylinder were for those, so that the ZEISS team can process these orders on the back end. And because we allow the customers, and many of the customers are ordering large quantities and many multiple line items, to remove all these manually from the cart would be kind of a pain. So we added a clear cart button that allows the consumer who says, well, this isn't what I wanted to set up for my purchase right now. Let me just clear the cart and start all over again. So one click of the button, they clear their entire cart and they can start the shopping process again. We also on the home page here over this fun little Sydney banner image have a register today function. So this is for customers who don't yet have an account with ZEISS Australia. They have a form they can go to, fill this out, and start the process of building that relationship with ZEISS. ZEISS is also selling cleaning solutions. So if we click on this, right now we'll see there's two different 50 count lens wipes, the value pack and the carton, which is the number of boxes that are selling in each of those units that they're selling. And they'll be adding more cleaning solutions here as time goes on. So we've also done is built a quick order form, which takes all the products that are in the cleaning solutions collection and lists them out as rows. So in one page, they can say, I want a quantity of 4 of those, and I want 5 of those, add it to their cart. So instead of going into each product page individually, imagine this collection when it has 10, 15 items in it. You'll have one page, do it all at one time, add it to the cart, and then you can check out much more easily. We also have a contact us page. They have New Zealand and Australian offices, so we show the contact information for both Australia and New Zealand for each of the phone numbers, addresses, and email options. So that is the ZEISS Australia store. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. Thanks a lot. Bye.